online training program. I warmly welcome the respected chairman of the different Sahodayas, esteemed principals, STNCs, and our teachers from every district who have joined this evening for the marathon training for the consecutive second year 2022-23. I extend my commendations to all of you, and I hope, like last year, when we had created a record of having a marathon training, we can call it a trainathon, where in a record time, we trained so many teachers across various districts very successfully. In this, I will extend my heartiest commendations to the various chairmen of the different Sahodayas who have exceptionally come forward and created a niche for themselves in the training learning process. I will extend my heartiest commendations to our respected resource persons who, in spite of the difficulties of initial online training system, had come out wonderfully. Dear Chairman, Vice Chairpersons, Office Bearers of Sahodaya, Principals, STNCs and teachers, this year for the session 2022-23, we have started off with an offline training 5 hours at the district headquarters of Dhanbad, Dumka, and GODDA. And those have been wonderful trainings taken up by our very esteemed Mr. Surajit Sen and Mrs. Jolly Datta, who have gone around, and the preparation, in spite of the distance and difficulties, came out wonderfully. I extend my support for them and I congratulate them for taking up the onus of the hard work. Now we have completed 5 hours and we are on the verge of completing another 5 hours within a span of 7 to 8 days. The training calendar has already been sent to the different Sahodaya groups. We'll be having training today in 2 shifts, 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I'm sorry, and then 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock for the other districts. This will be continuing on Monday, then Tuesday, coming Thursday, and we'll be completing 5 hours on coming Saturday, the 17th. Few rules we have changed because we have been in consultation, and I am going to inform all of you that Mr. Tarun Kumar, COE Patna, is back at the helm, and in between there were little hiccups which he did not complete. He has assured us that he'll be completing the scrutiny process and the letters to the schools who have not completed the training appropriately will be dispatched very soon. In fact, during these training sessions, we have requested him to join just incognito for 1 or 2 training sessions to have a look at the quality and with the spirit at which our teachers take up the training. A few words of caution to all of you. This time, I hope all teachers will take up the training very seriously, and special responsibility has been accorded to all principals and STNCs. Initially, the basic idea was we would not take up online training. The basic idea was we would only go for offline training like we had gone ahead in August. But requests from principals from different distances, from vast areas, convinced us that time to time we needed to comply. But this time there will be rules. This time we have to take the training very seriously. Dear teachers and principals, this training is being recorded and is being monitored by all the chairmen of the different Sahodayas. And this will also be monitored by the CBSE. Any day, Mr. Tarun Kumar could give us a surprise and join us. We'll be in communication with him continuously. He'll just have a look at how things are going and withdrawing himself. Mr. Arvind Yadav is instructed that the link, when it is sent to him, he will comply and entry will be allowed. Principals and teachers, when you're doing the training, if your video is off, it is not a problem. But considering some experience we had from the last year, where very few teachers were negligent, admin and all chairmen reserve the right to call out by name from the list of the participants, and that video must be on within 30 seconds for verification. If that video is not on within 30 seconds, that teacher will be held responsible. And furthermore, we'll be requesting the principal to explain why it is so, because it was the principal's request that we have gathered here to have some online training. Even there are some reservations with the online training. Even now we feel offline training is the best method, but because of logistics, because of some problems, we have also added this online training. Once we complete these 10 hours, 5 offline and 5 online, we will immediately proceed for a small break because the festive month will be there in October. And during the month, we have Durga Puja, we have Deepavali, Kali Puja, we have Chhat. So we will give a break for the month of October, and then all the chairmen and I myself will be sitting and we'll be deciding on the next phase, and we plan to finish the rest of the 15 hours training within the month of November. Now, why finishing everything in the month of November is important? This is important for 2 reasons. We are planning the felicitation for the resource persons on 10th of December, which is a Saturday, to be held in Dumka. This will be a grand gathering of all principals, STNCs, and the Sahodaya Teachers Merit Award to be announced by respective chairmen shortly in the various Sahodayas. I wish we'll have able and proper participation. We already have been having requests from 1 or 2 more districts to join, but this time I think we will be unable to accommodate anybody in these 5 hours that are to be held between 10th and 17th, but we will try to accommodate them also in the month of November. Once we complete all the training, all STNCs, please prepare your reports properly. And after you have prepared the reports, please be prepared that you have your systems ready, where the COE training held by the CBSE, I think most of you have already completed a great many training hours. But if you have not completed, I will request all of you to ensure that you complete the COE training also. COE training from Patna region, or you can choose any of the CBSE regions. You can choose any of the Nishtha, NCRT, CIER training, or any training by Government of India, which CBSE will recognize as part of the online government training. This training will be added to the 25 hours that we will be doing here. During this process, I would also like to introduce Mr. Arvind Yadav, Mr. Kamal Thakur, and Mr. Abhay Anand as the point officers in this great conclave. Sometimes what happens, you are unable to contact the respective chairman. So in any emergencies, we have Mr. Arvind Yadav, Mr. Kamal Thakur, and Mr. Abhay Anand to comply with you. Principals and STNCs, I've already sent the phone numbers. For any problem you have, you might immediately contact them. Coming to the link, I saw some points that about the links to be provided. Please ensure we are not providing the links in the individual email this time. What we are doing is, we are going to, for the 4 o'clock training, we are going to start the links at 12 noon to the respective chairman and the point officer of the district. Once they have received it, they will forward it to the principals under the jurisdiction. And for the second set, which is from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., that will go out at 2 p.m. So if you have not received within 1 hour or half an hour, I think they send it almost immediately. I think you should immediately contact them and they will immediately forward the links to you. Or you can phone them if you have any problem. With this, I would like to assure all of you that we are going to have a wonderful training. Today, the first training we will be holding. As usual, we have our resource person team leader, the wonderful Mr. Surajit Sen, who has been with us, and the entire last session, it is his advice and his guidance that we very successfully completed our entire training session. So he has been a wonderful guide for all teachers and a very, very experienced resource person who all of you have seen physically during the offline training in the district headquarters when we were traveling. And today he's going to have the first session. I thought the team leader should always start the opening, be the opening batsman. So I requested Mr. Surajit Sen to start off today with the topic blended learning. And we have wonderful topics. We'll be having the second session on Monday, and we'll be having a new resource person, a very experienced principal, Mrs. Anna Mark. It will be followed on 13th by Dr. Shubhasri Sarkar, who's a resource person and also chairperson of Sahodaya School Complex, Jamshedpur. Then we'll be following up on 15th with our very young and dynamic leader from Dhanbad, Mr. Badal Kumar Mandal. And again, this 5 hours will be closing again with Mr. Surajit Sen on Saturday on 17th. So with this, I would like to assure all of you that please see that you do the training properly. The link will be sent sharp at 5 o'clock. And within 15 minutes, please upload your feedback and then the session will close. I'm very happy that all of you have been able to join. Now, we have ourselves our very respected and very energetic chairman of Sahodaya School Complex, GODDA, PAKUR and SAHEBGANJ, Mr. Pranesh Solomon. Solomon, sir, I request you to address the principals, office bearers, STNCs and teachers of this gathering. Pranesh, sir, please. Please unmute yourself, sir.
Sir, I think Panesh sir has not yet in the meeting due to network or like that.
I can see him. You are in mute, Pranesh, sir. Please unmute yourself. Solomon, sir.
Yes, hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir. Please
Yeah, good
proceed.
evening, Jimmy, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Such a wonderful you explained. And good evening to all principal, STNC, and all the teachers who is joining today for our first online training. And I would like to request all the principal and teachers and STNC, you must join. You must join the training. These trainings are very much helpful. You know, after COVID, there are so many things we see in the schools. So many things going on. We have so much challenges and all. And I am I am personally very much blessed with this training. When this training started last year, I am personally very much blessed, and that all see in my school also, and also I see in my teachers how they have been changed their working style, their thinking toward the children, their thinking in the classrooms, outside the classrooms, activities, so many things they've been doing such a wonderfully. So I personally request all the principal, especially, to make sure that your teacher join this. See, this all is may not be benefit to one person, but it's benefit to all, especially children, who is tomorrow's leader, upcoming and upcoming future. They have such a wonderful future, and through this training, we'll be more strengthful, will more energetic, will be more resourceful, and the things which we are doing in the classroom and outside the classroom activities, library, everything will be changed. And I have seen that my librarian, especially, how his activities has been changed. Last they got the training, and sports teacher also, so and music teacher also, all this. So please join and make sure the principal that your teacher must join this training and motivate them, and how it is benefiting to you especially and to them also. And the topic which have been taken, all this training is very much for our the things going on in the schools now. After COVID, the teaching and the teaching pattern and a teacher are trying to give the best, but we see that children had not been not having the right approach. They have so many things which is not expected by teachers going in the happening in the children's life. So through this training, you will be definitely boost up, and you will have the positive ideas, the positive doings, positive thinkings, and the positive activities also. I hope that see, this all training have been taking much effort. Our resource persons and our Jubin sir, Tigasna sir, all have been day and night. Jubin sir has been thinking about how to upgrade the teachers, how to make them sound with the teaching ability in their life. We know that there are many areas where we will not learn anywhere. In the teaching only we learn all these things. So offline, I personally is not much happy with the offline training, because it's only 5 hours, so we agree. But most of the offline training I much prefer, because there we have interaction, they're talking with the teachers, one-to-one listening, and there are so many things are been shown on the projector, and so many things, so many stories, so many topic in detail, where the teachers can also discuss among themselves in the group discussion, in the feedbacks, find so many good things coming. So in my Sahodaya, I humbly request that all our principal make sure that maximum numbers of teachers, 100%, make it 100% getting successful. Then only this all effort will be appreciated. And I'm happy that CBSE is monitoring this time very closely to training. so that they have reporting also, and at the same time, they, they will also know what schools are doing and what the Sahodaya is doing. Thank you, Jubin sir, for taking such a wonderful effort for this online training, and Arvind sir especially technically assisting him, and our the most resource person Surjit Sen, and Jolita ma'am, Badal sir, Anna ma'am, everybody is taking pain to prepare in detail about what they're going to teach. It is taking a lot of effort, sacrificing a lot of things, lot of time, which they can also be used for themselves, but not they're using for all of us. And so make sure that you should get benefited. Video should be on, and please fill the feedback form on time, and join the meeting on time. That will be highly appreciated. If you join in time, that will be really highly appreciated, because the teachers, if you join in the time, you will not understand what is going on from the beginning, in the middle, and so after 15 years, I must say 15 years is more, 10 years, 10 months, 10 months or 10 minutes and 15 minutes is enough. And after that, they must be close, not to join again. And please do not send any request in the middle to any Sahodaya chairman. And we appreciate that you join in time, because this is all is for you, for your benefit, and for all of us who is in teaching line and teaching field. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jubin sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your kind words, Panish sir. I'll be adding a little bit of caveat to what I said earlier. Yes, training is to be taken very seriously, and especially our Sahodayas under the Confederation of Jharkhand Sahodayas, being the second only in the country to have a confederation of multi-Sahodayas. We have been appreciated from headquarters Delhi CBSE and also from the regional office, to whom we will be reporting within 1 week about these 5 hours. So as Pranesh has already said, let me announce that at 4:15, after 4:15, no entry will be allowed. And this, please don't make any request after that. 4:15, we will be locking the system, and it's only after the feedback is announced by Surajit sir at sharp 5 p.m. will the system be closed. So you will have 15 minutes, 5 to 5:15, to submit the feedback, and exactly at 4:15, we will be closing any entry. If you have not joined within 15 minutes, it is better you don't join at all. So with this, I am once again thanking my administrative persons, all three, Mr. Kamal Thakur, Mr. Abhay Anand, and of course Arvind Kumar, who has been a sort of a pillar in the technical part and giving wonderful support and even advising me time to time how things are to be done. So with this, I will request our respected resource person, Mr. Surajit Sen. Sir, the field is yours. Please.
Thank you, Zubin sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pranesh sir. I will now request Arvind sir if I can get the presentation rights.
Yes, sir. I have given you. You can.
Actually, you have given me, na? Right, sir. Okay, sir. Just a minute, sir. I think some technical issues are. Let me see. It may take a few minutes, sir, for me to go for it. Sir, can the presentation is the presentation visible, sir? Arvind sir, is the presentation visible?
No, sir.
not yet.
Not visible, no? Right, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, Arvind sir, what I am doing, I have got this presentation arrow over here, right? Because after a long time again, I am using Google.
Yes, yes, sir. That is the system.
Yes. Now, when I have opened it, it is showing me present your entire screen, a window, a tab. Okay.
Sir, first you means whatever your presentation, first you open it.
My presentation, I will open it. Okay, sir.
Yes.
This is what is my presentation. I have opened it.
Okay. After that, you just use that arrow, present now.
Okay. Right, sir. Just a minute.
There you select the tab or entire screen. You can also select. No problem is there.
No, okay, right, sir. I'm just once again trying. See, I have, yes, now it's saying share entire screen, a window, a tab, right? Now,
Yes,
suppose
sir.
if I am
Entire
showing the
screen, select.
entire screen I am showing.
Yes.
Okay, and this one minimized part is coming, right, sir?
Hmm.
Minimized, it is, see, I can see all of you people in your own screens, but small minimized
sir.
part is coming.
No.
Which I am-
When you will see all the screen, then you go to the presentation part. Then only it will become.
Okay, I'm again canceling it. Huh? So see, I have the presentation present now. It is coming. The arrow is there. Okay,
Yes.
and
Sir.
after that, I'm getting a tab, window, and entire screen.
Entire screen you select this.
I will select entire screen.
Yes, sir.
Sir, it is written your entire screen. I have selected entire screen. Now, sir, what is happening? You know, I am not able to. If I share the entire screen, I am sharing the entire screen.
You select.
But
Yes.
Google Meet is sharing your screen. They are saying, but I cannot.
Yes. Now, sir, go to the presentation part.
Now I will go to the presentation part.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir. Now I have gone to the presentation part.
Yes. Now,
Yes, sir.
It
It
is
is
present. Oh, thank you so much. Right, sir. Actually, for Google, we were not in touch with Google for a long time. No? That's
Yes.
right. Okay. Thank you, Arvind sir. Thank you, Arvind sir. Okay. So once again, good evening to respected Zuben sir, our mentor, our everything. I will not talk too much about him. Our everything. Good evening to Pranesh sir, person very close to our heart. What a good gentleman he is. What a great leader he is. You know, I never heard anything no from him. Whenever you ask him, sir, ho jayega. So this is the greatness of the man. And good evening to all the respected learned teachers from the districts of GODDA, PAKUR, Jamtara, everywhere, Dhanbad. You people have been wonderful, you know, meeting with you personally, meeting with you through online, offline, through telephonic conversations. Everything is so beautiful about you. You people are wonders. Just to inform you that today I met our RO, Dr. Jagdish Burman. Henceforth, he will be called as Dr. Jagdish Burman because he has received the doctorate degree. Okay. So Dr. Jagdish Burman I met today at Dhanbad along with Assistant Secretary Mr. Sajjan Kumar. And to let you know, he had very high words for Dhanbad and its adjoining districts. He said, you people are doing wonders. He spoke a lot about the examination, how beautifully the examination we all conducted with teachers, principals, center superintendents, city coordinators. And he also said that you people are doing, the trainings are also going all okay, but more efforts should be given. So that is a very positive side. We all are working on it, and definitely we will also get much more in future. So today our topic is blended learning. Respected teachers, let me let you know that you all know it. I don't have to tell you all. You all know it, that the system of learning is changing. Years ago, that rote learning method which we all went through during our school days do not hold any more relevance right now. With the passage of time, we have to change our thinking. With the passage of time, we have to change our way of doing things. And of course, education is the only avenue through which we can bring this change. And a lot of changes are going on. You people have witnessed, you people have done it. One such new method of teaching is nowadays, which is known as blended learning. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are actually practicing blended learning in our schools, in our classrooms, but maybe not technically in that way. Now, when you talk about the technically, when you talk about technically means technically we may not be using blended learning in that way, but somewhere or other we are using blended learning. Now, what is exactly this? What is this blended learning? Now, what is the meaning of the word blend? Blend means what? To mix. Like we mix colors. You can see this one. In the laboratories, we mix various chemicals. We blend the chemicals in the laboratories. Or say example, nowadays, a very common thing is data blending. You mix this data, you mix data of say A part, B part, and then you get a resultant bit data out of it. So data blending, and of course, we are also in the chemistry lab, which I have just now told you. We are always blending, we are always mixing various types of chemicals in order to bring out new results. So experiments are always going on, and the same method is going on in the education system also. This blended learning is something quite interesting and different. Let us see more. We are actually over here to learn what, when, and how of blended learning. What, when, and how. How we will do it, when we will do it, and what we are supposed to do it. Okay. Now, blended learning, what exactly it is? Let us understand in a very common man's language, in a language that you speak, I speak. I'm not going for any hi-fi technical language or anything like that. In a common man's language, in a teacher's language, what is blended learning? Now, blended learning is a learning approach that combines instructor-led classroom training and online activities. I repeat once again, respected teachers, you can all take a screenshot of this letter also. Blended learning is a learning approach that combines, joins, mixes instructor-led classroom training and online activities. So the instructor is there in the classroom. That is, of course, you, the teacher, and of course, the online service is also available. So both are jointly working together in order to give the best to the students. The teachers incorporate technology to enhance the learning experience and broaden understanding of certain topics. Yes. See, respected teachers, as you all know, that there are a lot of things which we want to do in the classrooms, but because of limitations within us, because of limitations in explanation, limitations in children's understanding, limitations of the technology, we were not able to do it. We did it superficially. We compelled the children to imagine some of the things that we wanted to tell them in order to get a comprehensive result out of it. But we failed. But now this type of learning will help us. We will no longer go into that path anymore. Maybe we will let the students imagine, because imagination is something very good, but at the same time, we will be able to demonstrate those difficult parts of teaching learning, which we were not able to do it. So teachers will incorporate technology to enhance, to increase the learning experience and broaden the understanding of certain topics. So it will be a broad-based learning. Blended learning can also combine other elements besides contents and instructors. So blended learning will also help in other elements also. The content will be there, the instructors will be there, they are definitely there. But apart from that, lot of other activities which can also be included. We will see. You can see over there the blended learning. One side the teacher is the digital learning, self-guided or assigned, and instructor-led learning. Both are going simultaneously. Blended, just a minute. Blended learning combines the best of the two training environments. This is in the corporate world, they go it in this way. Blended learning combines the best of two training environments: traditional face-to-face classroom training and high-tech e-learning. Beautiful explanation is this. Blended learning combines the best of two training environments: the traditional face-to-face classroom training, that which we have been giving since memorial, ever since the thing like school has started, or the Gurukulam system has started, and the latest modern high-tech e-learning. Electronically we are learning. Okay. All types of learners can be engaged over here. Those who learn better in a structured environment, face-to-face interaction with an instructor, like in the classroom, no? And independent types who learn better with semi-autonomous computer-based training. One thing to be discussed over here, generally in a country like ours, where we have face-to-face interaction with instructors, isn't it? No, we have face-to-face interaction, and all the schools in the country work in this way. But with changing times, with availability of resources, with availability of this technology, children's mind are also changing. Some of them want to have a better semi-autonomous computer-based training. They want to get it. So this is where both the things will be available. That is in blended learning. Blend it, mix it, go for it. Now the question is, why blended learning? What's the big deal about it? We have beautiful classrooms in our schools. We have excellent teachers in our schools. We have learned teachers with huge experience who have created thousands and thousands of wonderful human beings, educated human beings across the globe. Then why should we go for this blended learning when we have such beautiful classrooms and schools to reckon with? Well, let's see. Let's see what is there. There must be something. Well, blended learning, they are saying safer learning environment. I will explain this little later. What is safer learning environment? So first is safer learning environment. Second, interactive learning process, fun and engagement. Safer learning environment, when you talk about safer learning environment, please don't get it confused that a classroom is not a safe place. One of the safest place in the world is the classroom, definitely. But over here, when you talk about safer learning environment, means what? That the materials we will get will be of much better quality, maybe. So that in that way, we'll talk about safer learning. Not that the children are exposed to some sort of unwanted things in the classroom. No, not like that. Interactive learning processes. Wherever in my previous trainings also, several times I have told you all that wherever there is interaction in the learning process, whenever there is interaction in the classrooms turn out to be wonderful places of learning. They turn out to be places where a person can get the total concept of his or her learning. So it is fun also, and there is engagement also. And when children take things in a happy mood, they retain what they have for a long period of time. That is something which needs to be taken into consideration. So blended learning is something where we have teacher, face-to-face teacher is also there, as well as the technology is also there with all its best paraphernalia. Learner autonomy, accounting for anyone, for everyone. Learner autonomy means you have the freedom. You have the freedom to learn according to your ways. You can request your teachers to go for that also. Greater learner engagement. Engagement will be more involvement. Better comprehension, understanding. When children see the things, when we are using technology, when we are using the learning aids, the teachers, we use the learning aids inside the classroom. Apart from that, when you use the technologically derived learning aids, then understanding becomes much better. So it is a better comprehension. We can comprehend, we can retain, we can hold the things, and we can remember them for a long, long period of time, maybe for lifetime. Detailed analytics, learning trends and feedbacks are immediately available. Okay, how much the student has learned, what the student is lacking, how much more is needed. So all these feedbacks we will get immediately. In traditional learning, it may take a little time to get that feedback. Reach and personalization, according to your ways, you can do it. So these are some of the reasons for which we are going for blended learning. Again, I repeat the first point, safer learning environment doesn't mean that the classroom is an unsafe place. There cannot be a better place in the world than a classroom. Over here, safer means we are getting better learning methods. That's the thing. Okay. Some more benefits, what are they? Blended learning also enables upskilling employees for quickly involving digital economy. Yes, in the schools also we need our teachers. We need our teachers to upskill them. No, time and time we are upskilling ourselves. So blended learning will help in this also for in the digital economy. Different people learn different things in different ways. There's a work model developed by researchers by Fleming and Mills in 1992. They will learn it using multiple modalities. Dramatically reinforces engagement, learning, and retention. See, when you use different modalities, the modals you use, different systems you use, different categories of learning you use, then involvement of the learners takes place. And whenever there is involvement, then what happens? The learning and retention takes place in the best possible way. And our prime motto for all the teachers across the world is one simple thing: our students should be able to retain what we teach them, what we make them to learn, what information we give them. That is the primary purpose or the main purpose of our education system. If we are not able to retain, then everything is drained out, and then all the hard labor goes off. So this is one more important thing. Learners can control the pace of their learning. Blended learning, you can control the pace of your learning according to your ways and means. Blended learning is modular and scalable. You can measure it. Okay. Blended learning is cost effective, not very costly as it was thought to be. How to launch blended learning? Now, in your own school or in your own way, how you will launch, how you will start blended learning. Let's see this. Set blended learning goals. First of all, we go for a planning for everything. Without plan, so we cannot do anything. We know that every day we enter the classroom with the lesson plan. In my last training at Dumka, also I had a good discussion about with all the teachers that do you really plan before you go to the classroom? No matter how much experience you have, and everybody said yes. So set the learning goals. Make a planning. First, to set the learning goals. What you want the students to achieve and what you want to do by yourself. Choose a blended learning model. We have a lot of models. We will be discussing about the models after some time. Okay, choose a blended learning model. First, second point. Third, get the right tools to create and deliver the content. The tools are available both in the internet. So you have to just take those tools and you have to create a content which you want to deliver. Suppose, for example, if you want to discuss something about mathematics, so there are tools by which we can develop models, 3D models through the net. And we can use them and make the children see them, and they will understand it quicker and faster. So there are a lot of tools, there are a lot of elements available. We need to just find them out. We have to create the content and you have to deliver them. Okay. Redesign your learning environment. You can change it according to your means and ways, according to your time, according to your ways, according to your program that you have to plan it. Launch blended learning and be patient. Now, blended learning is something which needs a little bit of patience. Maybe initially the students will find it a bit difficult to understand and all. So after launching the blended learning, one needs to be a bit patient also. Okay, that is important. So these are the things. Now some examples of, we'll go to this particular, you can see this particular table, some examples of how to blend, what we should do, how to blend the learning. Now we are going for activities. The activities are there, like face-to-face approach to make it blended. Now learners, let us take an activity. Okay, I'm talking about the blended learning activities. Let us take an activity. Learners work on projects in groups. Okay, so the learners are there, and project work generally we give it in groups. So learners work on projects in groups. What they do face-to-face, first of all, they will go for a face-to-face approach. Learners meet in a classroom to collaborate and contribute to their project. So the learners will discuss, they will give their ideas, and different children, different students, they will come out with their different ideas, and all will be taken into consideration. Okay, we have to give that freedom to them. Learners use channels in messengers, online communities, task managers to plan their work and control the flow. So in the classroom they will do, as well as in the off time they can use all these channels in order to send their information from one to another and all, so that they can plan the method. They can use file sharing services like Google Documents to collaborate and share and feedback on the project. So they will do the project, they will take information, when they will blend it, they will take it, and they will go on sending information, they will take feedbacks so that the project comes out successfully. So this is one method. Another one, learners practice foreign language. Suppose another activity is there. Okay? Learners are practicing foreign language conversation in pairs or in small groups. So how can they do it? The learners are divided into groups during a lesson and talk about a particular topic. In addition to classroom discussions, learners use online services for text and voice chat and all. So this way also they can do an activity. Assessments can be done. Learners write essays and take midterm tests and final exams. Learners' progress is evaluated by their activity statistics. They take online quizzes, tests, submit digital items, and take part in peer reviews. So these are the examples on which, with different activities, we can use face-to-face approach can be converted into blended learning. Okay, it's very simple process, nothing much to discuss about it. Now, step 1, set blended learning goals. How you will do it. Now, determine what goals and objectives you expect to achieve with the blended learning that you are going to do for it. Go for it. Okay. Blended learning. Now, these are some of the models. We will see some of the models over here. Face-to-face driver model. This is a very common model which goes on. Face-to-face driver model. Closest to traditional. This is like a very close to the traditional classroom training. Not everyone in the classroom will take additional online training. What will happen? Targets the individual needs of those learners who are struggling or would like to go above and beyond. Normal face-to-face classroom is there. Apart from that, with the help of technology, with the help of internet, okay, those students who find it difficult to understand, they can also be able to be helped with the help of the net. So this is where we are taking the internet services, we are taking the e-learning services, we are combining the classroom services. You can see over here very clearly, and both we are joining and we are going for a blended learning. This is known as face-to-face driver model. Okay. Another one, we have online driver model. Relies entirely on digital. Sorry, just a minute. Online driver model. This is face-to-face. Next one is online driver model. Relies entirely on a digital delivery of the training. Here what happens? The teacher is there. He takes the help of the digital delivery and he goes for this. Combine both synchronous training, live webinars, peer-to-peer training sessions, and asynchronous training, that is self-paced study of the e-course. So this one is online driver model where the teacher is there, but he takes maximum support from the internet and passes it on to the children. This, I will not say a very good quality of blended learning, but the first model, the face-to-face driver model, is one of the best, which is now being used time and again. And we have the rotational model. This rotational model is picking up the popularity. It is also becoming quite popular nowadays. Involves breaking a group of learners into smaller units to perform different types of tasks at different stages in turns. Okay, so what happened? The classroom is there. In the classroom, small groups are made and they perform different types of tasks at different stages in turn by turn. Okay, some activities are online and some are realized in person. Okay, so some are online activities, they do it, some they do it by person. Learners with different types of learning styles get maximum benefit from this training. So learners with different types of learning styles, from the e-learning, from classroom learning, from traditional learning, they get the benefit of both the worlds over here. This is known as rotation model. It is also quite popular nowadays. But unfortunately, we are in our schools and all, we are not still using it, but very soon definitely we'll also use it. That's why we are discussing so much about blended learning. Then flipped classroom, blended learning models. Another model, flipped classrooms, both online and offline application. Almost like the first one, okay, but a more refined one. Both online learning and offline application is good. Lectures and practical homework elements are reversed over here. Learners study new content at home before class, and in class time is devoted to active learning and applying the newly learned skills. So this one I will just explain. Both online and offline learning. Now, suppose generally in our olden days, even still also we used to do. What we do, if we teach the children, if we teach the children a particular chapter, or we are ready to teach the children a particular chapter, we tell them, okay, children, go home today and see and read this page to this page, so that tomorrow when we'll come back, we can have a better classroom. Okay, the same thing over here. The children are asked to see certain things by the help of e-learning, and when they come back next day to the class, then the learners study the new content. They study the new content at home before the class, and when they come in class, they can completely devote their time so that they will learn the skills at a faster rate. Okay, That is why it is called flipped classroom. Accomplished is formed of discussions, cases studies, or project works. The instructor guides the learner by answering questions and supporting them in the application of the course concepts. So first, they learn it, that they study it. I will not say learn it. Learning is a different thing altogether. When the retention will come, they just read it, they just go through it, they may study a little bit about a particular new topic. Next day when they will come, they already have some ideas. So now the teacher will be completely devoting his time to clear that ideas. Lot of discussions will be made, project work will be studied, and the question answer session can also take place. So altogether in the flipped classroom, a good learning will take place. Blended learning, let me tell you teachers, is a new concept. It is not so easy to get it so quickly, but definitely it is on the pipeline. That is there. So more models are there. Okay, 6. Actually, nowadays we are having total 6 models. Then flex model. The flex model allows learners to have control over their learning. They can flex. That's the word flex has come from the word flexible. They can use their own timings, own pace, own method, own way of understanding language. Everything is there. Students or employees can move from one activity to another according to their needs. Activities can be both online and offline. Teachers are always on site to instruct and help the learners if necessary. A bit advanced one. Flex model is a bit advanced model. Okay, but it gives a lot of control to the students so that they can learn by their own selves, and they can flip it. They can move from one part to another part, whatever is necessary for them to go for it. And then we have the individual rotation model. Okay, learners also move from one station to another, but it is the teacher or a special algorithm that sets an individual path. Okay, but this is completely e-learning again. Learners can move from one station, means one platform to another platform. They can go, they can find out, but then the teacher who is controlling them or the algorithm which is controlling, they will also help over here. Students don't need to visit all the stations, only one that they are interested in, they can go for that only. Okay. Now these are advanced models. It needs some time to understand it, but in a very simple way, I'm telling you, flex model is a model which can be used for blended learning. It is flexible in nature. It can be used according to their students' time, their needs, and how the teacher will help them out. Okay, so these are the 6 important models by which blended learning can go forward. Excuse me. Based on the goals you set, select blended learning. That we will discuss later. Right now, no need of it. Step 3, get the right tools to create and deliver the content. What are the tools that we need? What are the things that we need? What are those special elements we need in order to give our students the best of the blended learning? So first of all, authoring tool to create online content learning. Authoring tool, find out the tool first. The tools that will be necessary, one is known as authoring tool. Second is management system. Okay, management system to deliver it and track learners' progress. Learners management system, it is called LMS, or learning management system or learners management system. So authoring tool to create online content, you have to find out those tools are there in online. The content you have to write, you have to make it, and learning management system is there, or learners management system to deliver it and track it. That particular system will apply to track the learners, to deliver it, and also track the learners process, how much they have learned, what they have understood. Of course, there are different types of assessments are given to the students in these methods. So they will do the assessments, they will give us, and from there we will give them the feedback, what exactly or how much the student has studied. So these are the tools that we need. All the tools are available in the net. We can use Microsoft tools, we can use Google tools, but that is not much of an advanced study. When you will do an advanced study on it, we'll get it. Redesign your learning environment depending on the blended learning, which in the early discussion we had. No, depending on the blended learning chosen, classroom needs to be redesigned. Redesigned in what sense? Shall we shall we change the color or something? No, our way of teaching, our way of sharing information, our way of delivering the information that we have, that has to be redesigned. So there we will bring out changes. Okay. Besides, make sure that the overall classroom design enables students to engage in learning, keeping them positive. And of course, see, if we want to bring out a change, if we want to if you want to redesign it, if you want to remodel the classrooms, then definitely we have to do it. We have to design it such a way that students get engaged into it and they keep learning there in a positive way. So I cannot just redesign it according to uh, my safe methods or ways. We discussed about safe classrooms, so I have to design it according to the students' need. So that has to be kept in mind, and there the teacher's insight, the teacher's foresight, the teacher's knowledge, the teacher's idea about the classroom, the teacher's idea to differentiate the students according to their catching capacity, learning capacity will work. So teachers have to do a lot of work over here in order to find out that whether whatever the blended learning we are going for, are they engaging the students in the right way or not. So how to ensure that students are engagement? How will you ensure that? Okay, so this we have to make sure.
Surajit sir, are you there?
Arvind sir, you may directly call to Surajit Sen sir.
Yes, sir, I'm calling.
Directly called. I think it's thundering.
Network issue, I think, no? Surajit sir is.
Yes, miss, because the rain is going on.
Okay, okay.
I just had a talk with Surajit sir. He did not know that he was offline. So he's just connecting. There was some current problem. It is thundering. So he'll be back in no time. Please bear with me.
Okay, sir.
In this interim, Arvind sir, anybody because of same reasons have left the meeting, quickly within 2-3 minutes, allow them to join and then again close off.
Okay, sir.
Arvind sir, please ask Surajit sir to go disconnect and then reconnect.
Yes, sir. Just now I have talked to him and he is joining.
Okay. Okay, I think Surajit sir is back.
Yes.
Please make him co-host.
Yes, sir. Already is.
Already made. Okay. Surajit sir, please proceed.
Surjit sir is facing network issue. He's trying to reconnect. Please wait.
Okay.
Sir, I think now I have joined again.
Yes, sir. You are audible and video also.
Yes.
on.
Okay, just 1 minute I will take.
Okay. Sir.
Sir, it available. Can you see the this thing, sir? Presentation is visible,
No,
sir.
no, no, no,
Not
no,
yet.
sir. You
Not
share
yet.
the screen first, sir.
Acha, I am sharing it again. Okay, sir. Still now not visible, no, sir? Arvind, sir?
No, no, sir. You have not shared, I think.
Acha. Wait. Now it is, I think now it is available, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Quickly, we'll just go through it because again it is recoming in this way. It is, sorry, just a minute. So we were discussing about, I think I am back again. Okay, sorry for that disturbance. There was a technical glitch because of the internet. So I request all of you to bear with me. Now, redesigning your classroom. This is very important. Why I am discussing? Because here the teacher's insight and foresight will be required. Teacher's experience, teacher's way of taking classroom, teacher's way of mixing with the students. Find these things these inner feelings of the teacher will work over here when you are redesigning your learning environment. And it has to be done in such a way. It has to be done in such a way that students should be engaged, because our primary concern at the end of the day is that engagement of students should be there. Then only they will learn, and if they learn, they will retain. If they retain, they will be successful in their life, the very purpose for which we all are there. I have also discussed about the hybrid learning and the blended learning. A lot of people have this idea, this wrong idea that blended learning and hybrid learning both are same. No, hybrid learning is something different. Blended learning is something different. Although they almost resemble close to each other, but yet they are quite different from each other. So constants for, but what are the difficulties that we will face? What are the problems that we will generally face, or we generally face with blended learning? Now, first of all, it is new skill set for teachers and instructors. It is not so easy to learn it in a day or two. It takes time. It needs training. It needs patience. It needs a lot of hard work. Just imagine when we started our this online classes. Initially, how difficult it was for us. No, we were not understanding what is mute, what is unmute, what is screen time, what is offline, what is online, how to present it, what to say. So like that, initial stages, whenever we learn something new, whenever we do face some of the problems, but with practice, with learning, we just recover from them. No, and we all those limitations, they are removed. So since it is a new skill for teachers and instructors, so it will take some time. Second is plagiarism. What is this? Now this is like copying somebody else's material and proving it as your own and placing it. This is very dangerous in this world, especially in blended learning, because right now no such thing as copyright or anything is working on it. So this is something that needs to be taken care of, because suppose you have created your own methods, your own learning the strategies and all, and if somebody else takes that in his or her name, and then they want to earn money out of it, that is something that is also a limitation for this. But rules are definitely coming so that copyright can also be enforced over here. And of course, it is a bit higher cost. So these are some of the limitations that we will find in blended learning. Otherwise, blended learning is an excellent method of teaching the students. Some real life experiences that we can have of that. Best practices of blended learning that you can make it. Best practices of what are the best practices? Explain why you have chosen blended learning as your method for delivery. This you have to tell the students. why you have chosen, why the children have taken, what benefit they will get out of it. Include diverse activities, include diverse different type of activities which may not be available with us immediately in the classrooms, which where we may find limitations in getting them, we may find constraints in getting them. So we will include diverse activities, various types of activities in various ways. We will not just move with the traditional book method that no, in order to study about force, you just know this equation and this and that is all about force. We can use diverse activities to make the student understand what exactly that particular part which we are making them to learn. What is that particular topic? What is that particular concept that we want to make them learn? So these are the things that we have to include. Max out of media, and take the help of the media as much as possible. Max out of media means maximum you take the help of media so that you can give the benefits of it to the children. And a big final advantage of blended learning. What is this? The final advantage of blended learning? The Jane Hart, editor of Modern Workplace Learning Magazine, says, for real transformation to take place, please understand, for real transformation to take place, it is not a matter of having a bolt-on. It is not a matter of having a bolt-on strategy to existing training practices, typically social and mobile, but rather a full-on, meaningful reconception of what it means to support all ways of learning in the modern digital workplace. Now, very difficult to comprehend this. I will try to make you understand what exactly. Jane Hart, she is the editor of Modern Workplace, it's a learning magazine, says that the real transformation, in order to take complete transformation or original transformation to take place, it is not a matter of having a bolt-on. It's big things in the strategies to the existing training practices. What we have, we just cannot have a bolt-on to put a lot of pressure onto it, typically social and mobile, but rather a full-on, complete, meaningful, the one that is needed, the one that is included, reconception of what it means to support all ways of learning in a modern digital workplace. So this is what she means to say, that don't go for very hi-fi things or bringing detail. Step by step, in a meaningful way, we can bring out the changes in the digital workplace. Digital workplace means digital classroom, modern classroom, blended learning, whatever you want to say. So this is all about blended learning in a very short and simple way. Let me tell you, respected teachers, that I am not an expert. I have gathered information from various sources and I have just placed them in front of you so that you get a first-hand knowledge about what exactly is blended learning, how it is useful, what are the different modules they are having, what are the different types of things that we are supposed to do. We have got a superficial idea about it, but more we need to learn, more information we need to take from various sources so that we can get a complete idea about blended learning. But this is the idea that you have just now got is more than enough to start. So this is all about blended learning, and just to make you go through this particular part, once again, this models. The models I will just once again show you. Remember, there are 6 models. Face-to-face driver model. This is the closest, just like a classroom model. Online driver, directly from the online it will come. Then we have, the rotation model involves breaking of groups into small learners and then making them to do different parts time to time, part by part. Then we have, this is just rounding. Today this laptop is doing something. Flipped classroom, very common one. Both online learning and offline application is applied. Lectures and practices and homeworks and elements are reversed. Learners learn new content at home and then they come to the classroom so that they can devote more learning time in the classroom. Discussions, project works, assessments can be done, and quick review of the child can also be performed. Then we have blended learning, the flex model, which is very flexible according to the student's need, time, what exactly they want to study. This is also the need of the day. We just cannot force them to learn according to our ways. We have to make them ways for their own ways, and we have to teach him according to that. And of course, we have the individual rotational model. Learners also move from one station to another. They can find out the help of the teachers, or they will take the help of the algorithm, which will help them to learn. Okay, so this is all about the simple fact about blended learning. More we need to learn, with more information. So respected teachers, thank you very much for your patience that you took. Thanks to all the principals, thanks to Juven sir for giving me this opportunity to discuss about blended learning. Of course, more to learn. This is just the starting. Thank you, sir. Arvind sir, with this I have completed my presentation. Now, if anybody wants to say something, anybody wants to add anything, then of course we can have a short discussion before we call it a day.
If there are any queries, please put it in the chat box so that Arvind sir can relate it to the resource person.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. Yes. Sir, can I stop sharing this thing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, please.
Okay, so that we can have a face-to-face discussion.
Please open the chat box. If there is any query, then Surajit sir can quickly respond to that. We have 7 minutes before closing address by Mrs. Jolly Datta. So there are queries regarding these things.
Yes,
Please,
sir.
please.
It is on.
One more point which I want to add over here is that this blended learning is there to stay. We should not shy away from it, as we have not shied ourselves away from the other methods of learning. Initially, it may look a bit difficult. Initially, it may look a bit boring, but with that we can move forward with our teaching.
We have a question in the chat box.
Yes. That was who was that? Somebody asked about interdisciplinary learning. Can I see that one? It quickly vanished away.
Arvind sir, if you can scroll down the thing, please don't send good evening and thank you. We are only open for questions.
Yes.
Surajit sir, if you open the chat box, you will get the question.
Okay, if I open the chat box, no, ma'am. Right, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
You can scroll the chat box.
Yes, sir. Just a minute. Yes, just
With blended learning, can we take up the idea of interdisciplinary? Wait, let me see.
Where is it? With blended learning, can we take the idea of interdisciplinary? Definitely. This is Sristita Chandra, madam, is asking. Yes, madam, we can. That is the beauty of blended learning, ma'am. You can take help of science, you can take help of arts, you can take the help of mathematics, and you can join all this together for the better understanding of the students. So interdisciplinary studies are, you can apply it, definitely. Very good question. I appreciate this. With blended learning, we can take up the idea of interdisciplinary studies. Definitely. Excellent idea. Very innovative teacher.
Another question from Mr. Harinder Chauhan.
Yes, Mr. Chauhan. Somebody asks, what is plagiarism? Actually, it is like somebody is copying your own work and making it in their own name, sir. That is what plagiarism is. Very unusual pronunciation. Like suppose you have written a story or something like that, and I have copied it and made it in my name and sold it, and I was trying to sell it in the market. So that is what is plagiarism. It is something where that is why we need copyrights. But as far as the internet is concerned, right now some of the things don't have the copyrights. Once they come, then this thing will also stop. Any other question is there? Let me see. Now some of the people are still entering, and that's why the chat box is getting closed. Copying somebody's work without yes, that is also true. Copying somebody's work without consent. How to use blended learning? That I will leave that world to you. How to use it? That's why that I discussed. No, that a teacher has to use his own ideas. About over here. Suppose if you want to discuss about Julius Caesar, if you are teaching English, you are teaching Julius Caesar. So some of many things you use from the internet, and you can immediately in the classroom itself you can talk about Julius Caesar, his history, about Rome, and so many things. So like that, suppose if you are teaching a particular poem, suppose if you are teaching the rhyme of the Innocent Mariner. Now, whatever is there in the textbook, apart from that, if you want to give extra information to the students, you can take the help of the net, because both are in the classroom itself. So that is how you will do it with English classes. Suppose if you want to teach the grammar part, you are teaching whatever, at the same time you can take live examples of those same things from the net and show it to the children, especially to the junior schools.
I think there is a little confusion whether it can be used for offline classes or not. Actually, it can be education, useful for education per se. If that
Yes,
you
sir.
will explain, Surajit, sir.
So if you are doing an offline class, if you are having an offline class, in a normal class that we are having, in that normal classroom, we can take the help of the internet. We can take the help of the internet, and with the help of the internet and whatever we are studying, both can be joined together. That is what is the essence of blended learning. So some information we'll take from the net, some information we can take from the from our textbooks and all, and our traditional teaching methods, and we will go forward with that. Sir, am I clear about it, sir?
Yes, I hope this information has been.
The net,
distributed
the
to
code,
all.
everything will be there. You are teaching, at the same time you are taking the help of that. Both are joining together. But it is not like hybrid learning. Hybrid learning is something different, where the students are at remote areas, where the teacher is teaching from the classroom and everything is being telecast or webinar or whatever it is. But over here in the classroom, we are teaching, we are taking the help of the internet also. And for that, of course, we have those
There
smart
is a
boards.
question: how is it useful for science classes?
Very much useful. It is useful for science classes very much. In the classroom itself, with the help of the net, one can have a complete what you call virtual laboratory, and sort everything that has been that is written in the textbook in form of experiments to the children. We have a lot of tools for them. We have to create those tools. We can create those tools by our own selves. By taking the help of the net, we can make the content, and whatever we will teach, we will show them over there through the net with the help of the smart TVs and all these things that we have in the classrooms in order to understand it, sir. So that is how it will help in science. And for science, it is wonderful. It is fantastic blended learning for science.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We'll take the final question from Mr. Gautam Banerjee. Blended learning and hybrid learning, what is the basic difference?
The
This will be
basic
the final question.
yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very good question. This is now in hybrid learning. When you talk about hybrid learning is like the classroom. A teacher is there in the classroom. The teacher is teaching, and with the help of the internet, a good number of students are there who are not in the classroom. They are at a remote area, and to them also the same thing is being taught. Okay, this is like with the help of internet, we are teaching them what exactly is happening in the classroom. Whereas in blended learning, all the students are there in the classroom. They are taught in the traditional way. At the same time, with the help of internet, with the help of the e-learning, which the system which is very much present in the class, the difficult parts, the ones where we find it difficult to comprehend and understand, those things can be shown to the children. So both can be joined together. That is the basic difference between blended learning and hybrid learning. Am I clear, Gautam sir, Gautam Banerjee sir? If you are there, sir, please let me know if I am clear or whether it is clear to you.
So they are unable to say because
They are
I
unable to
Right.
respond.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you, sir. And
Thank you, sir.
I'll just request Jolly Madam to give the closing statements before we send the feedback. Information to all, the feedback will be open only up to 5:15. So please submit your feedback, which is very brief and very short. Now, thank you, Surajit sir, once again. Thanks
Thank
you
you, sir.
all the
Thank you.
teachers. Jolly Madam, over to you.
Good evening all. On behalf of Confederation of Jharkhand, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to all those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this grand honor session on blended learning. I extend my gratitude, my thanks to our resource person, Surajit sir, for this wonderful session, which you have enlightened us with your knowledge and of course your presence. Really, it is very interesting, and the way you have explained, after we go back, I think in the classes, we can implement more this blended learning through our audio visual or the smart boards, and at the same time with the interaction, classroom interaction with the students. Once again, thank you very much, Surajit sir, for this wonderful session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you so much. Thank you to all the teachers for their patience of listening to me. Thank you. And thank you, Zuben sir, for giving me the opportunity to talk in front of the learned teachers, because this is a big, big honor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Arvind sir. Please send the link for the feedback in the chat box. We'll be keeping it open up to 5:15. Please submit your feedback before you leave the meeting. Thank you, all of you. The link, please, Arvind sir.
Yes, sir, I have given, sir.
Link is given. Please
Yes.
send it once again in the chat box so teachers don't have to look for it. And please submit your feedback. And once again, all teachers, principals, thank you very much.
Arvind sir, can I remove myself now from the platform?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir,
I'll
you can
remove
do. Yes,
myself.
sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Please see the chat box. The link is there. Fill up your feedback quickly.
Yes. So, sir, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Zuben sir, so much.